it is time for Talk the Ting with Kim. All right. So, firstly, good evening, listeners. Are you seeing or guests? They said earlier that they weren't hearing Champion. Them said Champion voice not quiet enough. So they said they weren't hearing Champion earlier. So, good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Are you guys hearing them? Let me know. Michelle Lawrence, thank you for joining. And everybody who has joined since, thank you for joining. Just let me know if you're hearing our guests, and then we can proceed from here. All right, remember that the Talk the Ting with Kim segment, we're actually going to be interviewing a couple that, okay, they say yes. Everybody's hearing. All right, good. So we will be interviewing a couple that broke up and then got back together. So all of una last week what done me and tell me say it's not possible and it's a waste of time and all these things. I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to show no, say it can be done. I'm not going to tell them, I'm going to show no. All right, so because of that, no, we carried in two guests, Tresann and Rohan. Tresann, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Thank you for having me. I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, man. After she just run to, say, if you see me, the throw away, whoever was outside a while ago, the throw away run, must have wonder, walk one.
No mind if it's security at the door.
I'm sure security gets alerted a while ago. 3 people are running out. And then worse, what happened? 2 girls are on the front and 1 man at the back.
And
so it look like an inwear in front.
And then not only that, you guys are not in any fitness wear.
Right?
So, you're not jogging,
Right, no, look safe, so guys. If you hear security pull up, we're going to explain something, all right? So them good. They said pull up your chair so they can see you better.
There we
you
go.
can come over a bit. Rohan, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. I'm great, actually.
Okay, well, thank you guys. I'm glad you made it here safely. So we're going to get into it because everybody wants to know about you guys' relationship, right? So we'll go to the past. How did you guys meet and how the relationship develop?
Okay, all right. Good evening, viewers, listeners. Thank you so much for having us. So we met back in 2015 on the staff bus, actually. Mind you, we don't work at the same place, but...
So, hold on, I want to end up on the same staff bus.
Because it's the government staff.
Oh, okay. Come on, I said something.
Yes, and... I used to see him on the bus. I didn't know him. I've been seeing him for a while, and then I don't even know how it started. I don't know how the conversation started, how he started talking to me. And
So,
you can't tell the part there. All right, I'm going to take over.
So who said the first word? Like who made the first?
It's so like an income, so me can't tell the part there.
I
Okay.
remember one day she was on the bus sleeping, and I'm like, "It's not sleep on the bus."
yes, I'm always-
You never be
Smooth.
awake. You need to be awake to see where you're going. See,
Yeah.
Boom. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So from there we just start talking like every single day on the bus. We exchange numbers. Didn't know I was gonna get any number, but I got a number.
Because you wake her up.
Yeah, so and then the friendship just grew until it just blossomed into a relationship.
All right. So how long were you guys together in the first instance?
About a year.
So the relationship they're going for a year good. Things did fine and dandy, or what they go on them time there?
It was fine. It was great in the beginning, but it kind of tailed off.
It tailed off. All right. So when it reached the year now, things start happening. So who now decided that, all right, this not working, let's put a pause on this, and why?
So I was the one who decided. I think all right, in the first off in the relationship, it's like honeymoon phase, and you're not gonna see the true person's colors in the first off. As the relationship continue, you will see things that you don't like, and then you're like, I can work with this, or I can't work with it. Then when I saw, the things that I could not work with, I just said, you know what, this is it.
Ah, so as you said, saw her start tape off, and then you decide, it not really a workout in your favor. All right.
But
So
I like how they said that there was the honeymoon phase.
the honeymoon phase,
Was,
and then towards the latter part of that first year, things start taper off, and the female, lovely Tresann, said, I don't know if this is what I want. All right.
she likes when it's, up and buzzing. Yeah, some people are like
May
that.
I judge you?
No, but no, trust me. You have some people that when things are too calm, they don't like it.
Yeah.
And calm isn't necessarily bad,
True.
because some people like when it's calm.
Yeah.
So you have to just know where you fall, and I get it.
All right. So since this topic now is about how they reunited after we know what is coming. So before you guys reunited, how long were you apart for, and what inspired you guys to rekindle this relationship?
Well, we were apart for.
You can come up a little to
Well,
that.
we were apart for about 3 years. Over 3 years, actually.
Over 3 years. So together for 1 year and apart for over 3 years.
Yes, so it was. I think it was basically faith,
Yeah.
because she ended up moving into my community.
Okay, wait, hold on there. Before we get to moving back into your community, right?
Yes.
So, you said there was about a 3 year apart. No, when you say apart, no, was it like a chance that you might probably message her during that? Say hi, how you doing? Do you guys like communicate? Was there any
No.
communication?
No.
Like a full silence?
No.
Anybody block anybody?
Radio silent.
Anybody block anybody?
In the beginning, we did.
See there now. So you might.
She said she didn't.
Yeah. No, I mean, sometimes you just block for a little moment, Yeah.
Never want to.
Yeah, right. You want to give yourself, and
I get it.
we discussed that. We said sometimes you need to take a break.
Distance yourself
Yeah,
from it.
sometimes if you keep, cause say some people, every 5 seconds when I check the phone, this is what she do.
And every status you update.
And that's not good.
Yeah.
So if you need a break, you say, block them, and then probably when you think you can take a look now, you just, okay.
So he blocked her. She didn't. He needed some space from it, and
Yeah.
there's no shame in that. You
No,
did what
that's
you need
fine.
to do for your. All right, fine. So no, you said she moved into your community. She just somehow moved from where she there. Hold on, you didn't know where I live, don't it? Tresann, come admit the story now.
You know it for a year.
You didn't know, but when you see the place you rent, now you say,
The thing is,
Yeah, let's hear
I
it.
have some family members who lives in the same community.
Okay.
And I had to go and live with them for a period
Oh.
of time,
Right.
and that's how I ended up moving into his community.
All right, so Rohan, so how now she moved into your community? Remember, say never did talk to her, so
Yeah.
oh, this no transition.
Remember one morning I was at the bus stop, waiting for the current bus stop to come,
Yeah.
and I saw these little legs. But the bus came. I had to go, so I didn't get a good look at
You're
it.
right.
And then there was again, I know it was fate or divine intervention. One day the bus was late. I mean, extremely late. And it turned out I was talking to a friend, and then lo and behold, I saw her walking up. I was like, I knew I saw her.
Yeah, you see, I saw somebody looking like you, so okay.
To add to that, you're finished?
Yeah, you're right.
To add to that, a few days after that incident that he just spoke about, I was going through a little phase, and I was not in a good place, and I just went out to clear my head. And this was like after 8 in the evening, and I took a bus from 3 miles, I think it was, to come back to Portmore at that time. And I missed my stop, right? It was a little dark and I couldn't see, so I missed my stop. And I came off at a bus stop, one bus stop before my original bus stop. And then when I came off the bus, I saw him. Had I come off at my bus stop, I would
You
not
wouldn't
have
have
seen him. Right? So,
Darkness leading you to the lights.
No, but hold on. You know, realize the common denominator of the story of the bus them.
Listen me.
I feel like the bus driver them and the bus company need to be very involved and get shout outs.
No, but hear what I'm gonna use now to mash up the head, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if at any time if it was the same driver driving the bus.
oh well, this time it was the JUTC bus.
Oh, so
not
you-
the
you
So the
think-
government bus
No,
first.
well, no, but you think this man only work for one company? This man said, I've seen these two together.
The man
I've been
say-
driving them around for almost a year.
Right, and it didn't work out
it
the
was
first
so
time.
beautiful. I'm going to put them back together. JUTC, give me a job.
Well, actually, they sometimes work.
I tell you.
So you see?
I know drivers. They drive for, like, if they get an opportunity, they can drive for somebody else. 'Cause that's what they do.
So there's a point that's out too, no? The common denominator in the middle of this
Yeah.
are the boss them. Big up all the driver them
Yeah.
that out here starting relationships and encouraging and helping our relationship. As AKA Skitty said, true love.
I tell you.
I tell you.
And also, just to pause in there, persons, I see a lot of persons jumping on the live. Just
And they say
remember,
happy couple and all that.
Yeah, just remember to go ahead and click the follow button, because if you're not following, you're not going to be able to activate the comment. So click follow so that
Yes.
way you can join in on the discussion. You can comment. If you're not seeing the comment option, it's because you're probably not following. So just go ahead and follow
Yes.
us. Okay?
And on that note, actually, we're going to give the viewers a chance to send in one question.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I have my questions already for them, but you're allowed, because based on you probably a listener, you want
Yeah,
a
you
little
wanna know
answer to something.
something
so
we never asked.
You guys, send in one question and we'll choose a question to ask them, all right?
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, so you know, Tresann, you move to him community, him see some foot, right? And you pass your regular bus stop and go this next bus stop and meet. So how this conversation go now between you now?
Wow.
It wasn't long, you know. It wasn't long, you know.
Well, yeah.
I'm away to actually do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was.
It was a passing, but
Yeah, it's a
How,
passing.
how it go though? Like, it was
good.
good. See?
It was a good
It was good on his part.
So
I'm hearing Tress
He
now.
was like, T, what you doing on the road at this time of the night? You don't know you're not supposed to
Good
be
man,
here
this, you know, man.
alone."
Good man,
wake
this, you
her
know.
up when she asleep.
All right.
And then at night
Well,
him
look
say,
out
why you
there.
out a
Kim,
road?
I can tell you right now, as a man who have seen things out there on the road and seen people interact with persons that they have known or probably have been with,
Yeah.
seeing them again for after 3 years in your community space, it would not be you shouldn't be on the road this time. of
Worst
night.
member say him did block her. So she could have in her face and said, what your business about me up on the road?
Should have been, it could have been, we are doing at my place. You see me? So, trust me, I like that energy. So, she must probably get a little signal that say, boy, this a man must either him mad or him good.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you something. After that, he gave me a hug. And we, went our separate ways. And then I turned around to look back at him.
Oh, you look back?
And he glanced back at the same time.
Movie people.
Me don't need to watch no Lifetime. I have movie in the studio.
No, sir.
Because both of them glance back and make eye contact. And they never pretend like they never see each other.
People, if you're not, you can't really see her right now, but unbeatable champion, her eyes are leaking. So we're gonna get.
It's sweat. It's
Yeah,
sweat. It's
yeah.
sweat. Right. So guys, all right. So now on a reunite and on a turn back in a slow motion and look on each other.
Yeah.
Right. Who approached the conversation of going back into a relationship? How long that took to get back there, and who approached it?
From that first sighting after 3 years.
Yeah. So they see each other and a glance back and say, all right, him look back and me look back. So yeah.
It took a while because we're both strangers again.
Yeah.
Strangers again. So we had to take a while to get back to know each other again and all these things.
Yeah,
But-
catch up
So,
and
but
so.
we know taking the same bus again. Yeah, so we had opportunity. I had an opportunity to talk, get back.
Get it catching up and see where. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometime I will follow her, go around, walk with her, and just
See, look
try
out
and
for her.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you
Okay.
start the nice guy. He's naturally a nice guy.
That's what
based
I'm
on
saying.
experience.
This
It
is-
wasn't a
this
put
is-
on.
I tell you,
Right,
say,
he is.
even when you're a nice guy and you're in a little breakup situation, you might not have a nice answer, but this man find it.
Yeah, so
listen,
guys,
we have to
this
big
is
up the
proof.
good
They
guys out
are
there.
proof that nice guys don't always finish last.
Yeah.
Because Rohan a show from the get-go, say him decent. Him mother Graham right? Thank mums. You see, she always say amen because she know. All right, so you say it took some time and you don't look out fair and all them something there. So how did that conversation go now? Because bear in mind now, in a relationship, she ended it and it's years past now. How to approach that conversation as to even get back together?
Okay, so because we were basically getting to know each other again, dating, talking as friends, feelings start to bubble again.
Yeah.
Old fire stick easy to catch,
And we just talked about it and we decided to give it another try. Right.
Okay.
So we talked about
So to discuss it and just mutually decide.
and
Let's try
decided,
this.
Let's give it another try.
All right, so in that case then, what was the most difficult thing for you guys to overcome when deciding to try again? Was it a case where probably, let's say him did feel slighted or you did feel slighted and you probably don't have that much trust? Like, was there any difficulties or was it smooth sailing into the new
year?
Yeah. Or they did have little difficulties?
For me, I had no difficulty. I knew that I didn't give the relationship enough time to grow and blossom in the first year. And so I just decided, you know what? People aren't perfect. We will have flaws. We just need to help each other to work on what needs to be worked on. And just, we talk about whatever it is that, broke us up in the first place. We talk about it. We pray about it. By the way, I'm a Christian. He's not. But sometimes, even though he's not a Christian, he will say, babe, we haven't prayed in a while. Let's pray. And we pray about stuff. Yes.
So I love how she just mentioned some of the things I mentioned last week when I said, and I have to actually talk about things. Communication is a big part of it, and you have to discuss what didn't work the last time. You can't just jump in and all of a sudden want in love again. You have to talk about, well, you did sort of give up on me before, why, you're naturally going to want to know why you're not going to give up this time, So y'all had a discussion, right? So now we're fast forward, so when I start talking now on a date and decide, this makes sense because you realize that people are not perfect and stuff. Are you guys married?
No,
Not yet.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together since getting back together now?
2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yes.
So far, when I have history of about 6 years,
6
then
years.
that no.
3 on, 3 off.
Right?
But the last 2 are the strongest years because they've come back together now. They've learned and they are building fresh. So okay, I like it.
Well, I have to say, the live, festive, their heart had dropped, everybody in love.
Right
At
now.
one point, Albert, I said, listen, him did reach home late when up again. I'm saying, feel like him watching the Love Zone.
I tell you. All right, but before we go to a quick break, persons, don't get jumpy. As I realize some of you have taken up the phones and you're going through your contacts. This
Call the ex.
This is not just you can't just
We're
call
not
up
telling
any
you pick up
random
all your ex them. Don't do a raffle bag and put them name in there and shake it up.
Right.
No.
So think about it first, because they got 3 years
Yeah,
to do
Rohan
something.
basically paved the way because
Right.
him set a foundation in their mind of who he is.
Yeah.
So that worked in his favor. So like I told you, said the ex they can think about and you can say, boy, he was a decent person. Perfect example, guys.
And then it's a Friday. I know you might be sipping on something, Nobody got drunk dial, nobody people. Just think about it. Have a look at meds. You see how their paths cross. Nobody go to the person's office go say, look how we paths cross. No. You know the person.
And don't move to the community.
Right? Let it be natural. Let it flow. We don't
And
want
take
you guys...
the bus them.
Yes.
The driver never look out for no. All right, no, but for real though, have fun and joke aside.
Yeah.
I love the story.
I like
but we're
how
gonna
it
go
flows.
to a quick break.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we just found out a little more information. I saw a question or two on the live.
Yeah.
So we'll ask that and then also any little tips and half. So we'll be back after the break.
And you don't know, it's Start the Ting with Kim.
I go and go think about the story and watch Hallmark.
Every Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. here on Funtastic Friday. New Start 93 FM. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.